The devastation of the attack by Hamas terrorists on Israel is becoming clearer as Israel's military regains control of border towns. More than 1,800 people are dead in Israel and Gaza, with thousands of others injured. ABC's Melissa Adon has the latest now on the brutal attacks in the Middle East.
Families desperate and grieving as the magnitude of Hamas's terror attack on Israeli communities begins to come into focus. The parents of 23-year-old Hirsch Goldberg Poland say he was at the music festival when it was attacked Saturday and he was taken by Hamas.
I mean, we are every person's nightmare. That's who we are. Anyone who's a parent, anyone who is a mother or has a mother can imagine what I'm going through.
ABC's Matt Gutman touring Israeli border towns with the military where innocent families were brutally killed.
You see the babies, the mother, the fathers in the bedrooms, in the protection rooms, and how the terrorists kill them. It's not a war. It's not a battlefield. It's a massacre.
4 days into the conflict, Hamas again launching a barrage of rockets from Gaza into the Israeli city of Ashkelon. This as more than 2,000 targets have been hit in Gaza by Israel in response to the terror attack. Israel targeting the port of Gaza Tuesday. And new satellite images show destruction in Gaza, buildings decimated and covered in black smoke.
Hello, Joe.
Israel's prime minister calling President Biden to thank him for his support. President Biden addressing the nation, expressing the country's unwavering support for Israel.
The bloody hands of the terrorist organization Hamas, a group whose stated purpose for being is to kill Jews.
At least 14 American citizens were killed during the Hamas terror attack, and officials believe as many as 20 Americans are missing, and some believed to be held hostage by Hamas. President Biden calling for Congress to take urgent action when they return, while sending critical assets to Israel. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Here in Hampton Roads, prayers are going up as the war intensifies. Tonight in Williamsburg, a crowd came together for a vigil at William and Mary. Angelique Arentak was there, but also spoke to a Norfolk man who's in close contact with family members in Israel. Angelique?
Nicole, that man tells me he and his relatives feel shock and pain. His immediate family members in Israel are safe, but he worries about his countrymen in mourning and those being held hostage.
What are you going to do with an 80-year-old woman? What are you going to do with a 5-year-old son? What's the point?
Days since the surprise attack by Hamas terrorists on Israel, Shmuel Itzhak is watching the war unfold from Norfolk.
It's emotions that we cannot describe. It's our brothers and sisters that died brutally, murdered, butchered. Horrible.
Itzhak grew up in Israel and even served in the Israeli army. He thinks a long battle is ahead.
We need to make sure that our people are going to be safe, and we're going to bring our people back home.
In Williamsburg on Tuesday night, dozens of people came together to pray.
It's a really sad weekend and week for all of us.
Multiple Jewish campus organizations led the vigil, where students and administrators showed support.
I'm looking at the way people came, the way they united, the way they hugged, the way they probably cried, the way they brought each other together, which is powerful.
The crowd united in song and held candles.
We were trying to give a message of unity and action, that people should not just be complacent, but rather should do something in memory of those lost.
Come together, put a hand on a shoulder, be there for one another, and say, hey, what am I going to do today to enlighten the world?
Back with Itzhak in Norfolk, he had plans to move back to Israel next year, and he tells me he still does. Even with the war raging on, he says he wants to keep showing support for his home country. In the studio, Angelique Arentak, 13 News Now.